I've been through 3 liquidity events. One when I sold my first company, and then 2 in the most recent company where we did a recap, and then when we did the final transaction. And they run the range. The first one, no planning, no experience. Boy, I wish I had that one to do over again. And so I've seen the range of going from completely unprepared, doing a fast transaction, to the most recent, where we spent almost a couple of years starting, planning, bringing in the right professionals, suffering the sticker shock of bringing in the right professionals, closing the deal and realizing it was some of the best money we ever spent. The advanced planning not only allows you to successfully pull off a transaction, but just by my estimation, it's easily 7-8 figures into the pockets of the shareholders just by properly planning in advance, planning the execution in advance. Looking at the transaction from the other side and determining what we can do over the next year or two to better position the company so it's more attractive. And also go ahead and address the weaknesses. There's always weaknesses, and so do we need to, can we fix them? If not, let's go ahead and build the messaging around the weaknesses so we're ready to anticipate those questions and have good answers. Well, let me draw a comparison, because in my first company, we had done absolutely no preparation whatsoever. We received an offer, and it looked like an interesting offer. It looked reasonable. I was ready to do a deal. But just the due diligence alone, when they sent the due diligence list, I realized we could not in any way fulfill the requirements because we weren't prepared. And so we were unable to sell the company. What we actually had to do was do an asset purchase. And I left a lot of money on the table. You really have to back up about a year, and you have to start looking at the company as an outside investor would. You have to look at the financials. You have to look at the management team. You have to look at real estate, weaknesses, etc. So you have to go through this entire list that all investors will, so that by the time you get there, you're ready to go. And that, like I said, that puts 6-7 figures easily to the bottom line. But if you simply wait till you're tired, wait till a deal happens to come along, you miss that opportunity to plan, then you typically, not only are you trying to run the business, you're trying to run the process. So you're meeting with the lawyers, the accountants, the key employees, possibly the management team, and you're busy trying to close the transaction. And so you've missed all these opportunities to prepare. And then when you're done, you get to look back on, gee, if I had done this and done this and done this, we could have a much better outcome.